Hey guys, Echo25
and Archer9234.
In episode 98 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Turbo, the Lightning Cruiser, and Storm Blaster. Alright, so now we have the Lightning Cruiser, aka the Pegasus Thunder. Mainly much is just a car. It's really just a modified car. It has like missiles and little turbo rockets in the back. In ours, we actually released a special metallic red Turbo Ranger.
This is the only time you will ever get the metallic ones for turbo.
Just to let you guys know, Japan did release these two.
They do exist.
They do exist, but they just really rare because, like everything else, Lightning Cruiser and Mountain Blaster were one of those toys that most people wouldn't care for, you know. And of course, the figure is nice. It does come with weapons. It comes with the Turbo Blaster, the sword, and also a Turbo Navigator that you can actually put inside Lightning Cruiser to, you know, have a little roleplay item. So mainly much, all you gotta do is just slip it in, and you can just adjust the hands to the wheels like he's driving. And there you have it. Of course, they all roll really nice.
So here we have Lightning Cruiser flight mode.
Overall, it's mainly much just popping up stuff and that's it. And it still rolls, but now you have an additional wheel on the bottom.
Of course, just like the show, you can actually put in the Pink Ranger's figurine in there. That's the reason
that's why there's an extra seat here. You can actually put the pink Turbo Ranger in there. So, you know, just like in the show, pink and red were in one cart. Overall, it's a really, really cool toy. The design of it is really nice, and just, you know, having all the metallic chrome on it's really cool. Alright, so now we have the Mountain Blaster, aka the Dragon Cruiser from Car Rangers. Now, this one is really much like a mountain terrain vehicle because it has the really, really big size wheels and also has the tires on the back to make it look like it's going on a road trip. Now, for Storm Blaster, the gimmick is that it doesn't really have a gimmick. All you really much did is that in the show, when they were in one of the episodes when they were in trouble, Storm Blaster just took out the hook and would attach it to Lightning Cruiser on the back, and they would go flying together. Of course, you can't really do it in the toy because there's like no magnet, no nothing on it, so it really just doesn't do much. We did have the metallic Blue Ranger on that. This is the only time we can get the metallic Blue Ranger. Just like the Red Ranger, it came with the Turbo Blaster, the Turbo Sword, and of course the Turbo Navigator put inside Storm Blaster. The only thing that Storm Blaster has that Lightning Cruiser doesn't was a small portable turbine laser. What a turbine laser did was that you just put on the top
with the engines, back.
And then after that, it's just you put it on, or you can actually fold it down and just roll around with it. Now, another interesting feature is that on the back, there's a smaller compartment when you pop up, and you actually could put a Ranger inside because
this car supported, you know, blue, yellow, and green.
So mainly much you would have either green or whoever you want, you know, controlling the turbine laser. Yellow here and blue would be here. So mainly much any figure will work on this as long as they fit, and that's it. The inside actually has a little foot holder, so actually you can put it in there.
It holds the figurine, so if
you like carry it or whatnot, it'll still stay because there's a foot holder in it. The only bad part is that the wheel inside both the Lightning Cruiser and Storm Blaster, they don't turn. You can actually put them on like this, but they don't turn, which really sucks. Alright, so alteration wise, there was really much no real alteration. The only alteration we have was the little missile red piece.
Yeah, what happened was the Japanese one, goes all the way through with gray, but for some reason we added a little lip of red. But other than that, the entire mold is the same, including the chrome.
The stickers are actually kept. We can actually see that we kept all the C symbol on the cars, which is really nice. The chrome was kept on both sides. The sticker on here was also kept. The only difference that we got compared to what Japan is that we got the exclusive figurines. While in Japan, when they released these cars, they didn't have figures. But we did keep all the weapons that were included.
Yeah, it was weird because Japan didn't include the figures, but it included all the weapons and accessories for the figures. You just had to buy the figures separately though.
The figures in Japan were so separately, unlike ours where we had so many action figures. Overall, I would say get these, but the only bad part is that they're really, really hard to find because
they were rare. No one
cared for them. Like, I had this as a kid. They do roll really, really fine. I really like how these cars are. And they weren't really that much back in the days. They were like $20 to $30. The only thing that I really dislike about both what Japan and America did is that the doors don't open. Like, you can
solid piece.
You can actually see that there's a small indent here that pretend that you can actually open it, but it's actually solid plastic. Also, another complaint is that even for Japan, the pieces do come off really easily. Do not do this to your toy. Don't hold it like this because these are really, really easy to come off.
On both ones. If you pull it enough, they pop off and you'll just drop the vehicle.
Like that. You can actually do that and it's perfectly like done. Overall, I really love these vehicles. Even though the cars, they're just really cool looking, and
plus they're really good size. They're not like really tiny stuff or Zord size.
If you wanted, say, like a display piece for all 5 of your figures, but you don't know where, these two are like the perfect things to do. You can put red, pink in there, blue, yellow, and green right here, and all of them are in one section, and you just have 2 cars. But most people overlook them because they're just cars. No one thought that they would be that, that, oh my god. So,
especially for the metallic Rangers.
These are the only times you can actually get the metallic Rangers. The last time we saw metallic Rangers was in the Power Rangers movie, and that was like 3 years before Turbo aired. So, alright, so that's it for our review of the Lightning Cruiser and Stone Blaster. Join us next week for the Tokyo Sentai Go Busters, the Morphing Brace. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Hey guys, Echo 25.
And Arch 9234.
With episode 98 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Turbo, the Lightning Cruiser, and Stone. Oh, I was about to say Mountain too.
Yeah, see, I get that mixed up all the
Lightning
time.
Cruiser and Stone
Cannot
Blaster.
remember them because of the morph.
That's why when I was little, I had to glue mines together because they were coming off so much, and it just was really a pain in the butt. These aren't really sturdy, and the holes aren't really that good either. They're not like sturdy holes inside. So I would suggest be careful if you actually get these, and just find one if you can complete, because finding one's complete is really hard. So yeah, that's it for our review of the Lightning Cruiser and Stone Blaster. Join us next week for the Tokyo Sentai Go Busters, the Morphing Brace.
Do it again.
Aye.
It's Tokumi Sentai Go Busters Morphing Brace.
I call it May.